All right, good news is up and running on all streams. Activate. Close. And hello, no name. Thank you for being the first person in on both lives. Hey, Allie. Come on. Activate. Thank you. Perfection. Okay. Now let's warm up on the TikTok side of things. Hey, Ryu. Hi, Lon. Lon. I think I'm saying it wrong. I'm sorry. Person's a little weirdo over there. Okay. Let's go ahead and hit the button, and I will fix the rest in a second. There we go. Change this. Boom. That's a funny amount. Save. There's RJ. Hey, RJ. All right, there we go. Oh, can you not read it? It's a Bring Me the Horizon shirt. Oh, thank you for resubbing for another month, Mischievous. Or for 2 more months. Thank you. Hey, Jody. Yeah, guys, I thought it would be fun to, you know, let's do a thing. It's a song. Okay. For those that don't know. It is a song. Hey, Seraphim. Revisit it. Blank. Hello. Yeah. This is a song. Get to tapping. Get to tapping. Also, guys, have you had your water today? Super duper, extremely important to drink water. All right. And if you don't know Bring Me the Horizon, I suggest that you listen to them if you like rock music. Like, ultimate suggestion. Thank you, guys. I thought I would wear it to make people mad. I don't know, Izzy. Also, guys, really quickly on TikTok, if you want to, oh, this is way off. My bad, guys. I forgot. I didn't change that yesterday. Poop. Anyways, on TikTok, guys, if you want to renew your subscriptions, if you're able to, I would suggest that you do it today, because today is the last day that you can get it at the lower price. It looks like they're going up to $10 starting tomorrow. We'll find out more tomorrow, but today is the last day. In theory, I'm not sure yet because I need more details from them. Yes, I enjoy rock music. I do. And this, again, this is a joke. It's just a line in a song. Here, let me I can't play it because of YouTube. So, sorry, guys. I forget, guys, I'm not mirrored, so it's really hard to adjust the shirt to where you guys can see it because I don't know where I'm at anymore. It's really hard. Yeah, it is a Bring Me the Horizon song that I wish I could play for you, but then the Ube of Tubes demonetizes me entirely, so that can't happen. Good for you, green-eyed cat. Good for you. That's a funny comment, too. That is a funny comment, too. It is barely rock. I agree with you. Their new music is just barely... It's nowhere near the level of their own. They're older. They're classic music. I agree, guys. All right, we have that open. We're prepared over there. TikTok runs the show for when I open up the lines. So let's go ahead and get to tap in all the way up. Oh, that is hilarious. That is hilarious. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Uh-huh. So this I actually find funny. It's worthy enough for me to put it up on the screen for a moment. Bring Me the Horizon would be ashamed you're a fan. Bring Me the Horizon publicly condemned Donald Trump. Ollie Sykes literally calls Donald Trump the ugliest human the world has ever seen. The fact that I am speaking out against Donald Trump, Ollie Sykes would enjoy. So that's hilarious. Tell me you don't know anything about BMTH. Speaks for a whole ass band, right? Like, no. Sorry. Like, I don't really care. The truth is, they would be on my side, but they also don't agree with modern politics. Thank you, Bishop, for resubbing as well. I appreciate you so much. I love the little bouncy thing. Bounce, 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 bounce. It's so cute. It's so cute. It is so cute. Are you in there or was it an automatic thing? He didn't say hi, so I'm unsure. All right. Thank you, Bishop. I appreciate that. Guys, I've made it. I keep getting told that I am what's wrong with the world. I am what's wrong. I have made it. I have 100% assuredly made it. At this point, I have made it. It's so funny for all of that stuff to be said. Yep, totally. I've made it. I'm important now. Oh, no. Matt, I got paid for someone to give me an unalivement threat yesterday. Were you here for that? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hi, I'm here. How are you?
I'm doing well. How old are you?
I am 26.
Okay, and did you vote for Trump?
I did not.
All right. Well, I appreciate you, and I hope you have a great day, okay?
You too, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, you got to go back and look. Yes, exactly, Kay. It is all me. Y'all make me laugh when you say stuff. Why would I need another pair of glasses? They do just fine. I mean, and rightfully you should, Matt. You should. Yeah. I know. It's okay, Bishop. You take as much time as you need. Everyone needs to... That's an out-of-country number. I'm not doing that. Everyone needs to take time. If you don't have the mental spoons, collect them all for yourself and recharge. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah.
Awesome. How old are you?
18.
All right. Did you vote for Trump?
I don't know.
You don't know? I did not hang up on you. That's funny. Yeah. Guys, listen. if you and I think this is why everything's been going the way it's been going since after the 10th and after the unfortunate event, um, is if you do not have the mental spoons to be listening to politics right now, disconnect. Okay? If you don't have that mental capacity to give it to anything more than yourself, disconnect, guys. I encourage it so much. Your mental health is always the most important. What country are you calling from? Oh, okay. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes,
Awesome. How old are you?
I am 19.
You're 19. Did you vote for Trump?
I did, and I don't know how I feel about it.
You don't know how you feel about it, so you don't know if you still support him?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess what has you questioning about your support?
Um, just, you never know. You think one thing, the media portrays one thing, you're drawn a certain way, and then you realize all the things that they've done, all the things that have happened, and, you kind of change your mind.
Okay. I mean, yeah, there's been a lot that's been occurring within the current administration, his previous administration. And I don't think a lot of it's personally, my opinion, and well, statistics and data would also back up part of this. It's not good for America. We're not going down the right path.
I would like to agree with that. Who do you personally support?
No one. There's no one
No
to
one.
support right now. Here's why I say that. For
I
the,
agree
the
with that. I
yeah.
agree with that. Now, yeah, let's keep going.
Yes, people sincerely don't understand it when I say this, right? Is that when we are looking at right now, the only people that are actively in positions of power that have the majority of power within our government are all Republicans, right?
Mm,
And everything that the Republicans have done in the Congress right now, I can't support. The current administration is all right. They're all loyalists to Trump. I can't agree with what they've been doing. And we've seen the shift within the Supreme Court of the United States where they are letting their political bias decide their decisions. So, not
I
decide,
can
but
totally agree.
persuade their decisions. So,
Yeah.
there is no one to
What
support. I don't support
if
anybody that's currently there.
what would your ideal candidate be?
I don't think I necessarily have an ideal candidate because there are so many things, like with the Overton window that we see with the shift in our political atmosphere, that it's not something
Hmm.
that's going to be able to be achieved. So, like, I personally would probably promote for somebody that wants to have universal background checks mandated at the federal level. Red flag laws can admittedly be very tricky, so I'm not going to say that those should be supported on a federal level when it comes to 2A legislation.
Hmm.
But we've had an AWB previously, and it was found to be constitutional at the time. It was never, decided against, and it was allowed to stand for the full 10 years. So I think that we should institute an AWB across the board at the federal level. And for somebody that's putting in the comments, we already have background checks. You obviously don't understand what universal background checks are.
Yeah, no, there's the background checks we have right now are 5 minutes. Like it takes longer um, to freaking buy a car than it does to buy a gun. So,
Right. So for individuals that don't know, universal background checks means that it's a private seller, so private citizen. So I want to sell my Glock 9 to the caller, right? A universal background check is me as the seller running a background check on him. That's a universal background check. Okay?
right.
I don't support a federalized registry for firearms because I think that's too much. Um, and so, like, these are things like I want somebody that's going to actually look into active legislation that we can do to hopefully prevent additional issues like what we've seen, right? That's just my stance on 2A. I am in full support of universal health care because at the end of the day, it actually will save American citizens money. Because even for individuals that are
For sure.
on Medicaid and Medicare, they still have deductibles and premiums that they end up paying. They still have things that they pay out of pocket. Medicaid and Medicare doesn't cover every single thing. And so, again, universal health care would actually save the American people money. I
Right.
believe in an overhaul of our overall laws over immigration.
For sure.
What that looks like is kind of a varying level to me, but I know that at the very start, our asylum law needs changed. I think that the
Mm-hmm.
criteria to meet asylum probably needs to be stricter because of how many people
Sure.
automatically fail just the credible fear hearing and how many people
Mm-hmm.
we see get rejected when they go through their full court process, right?
Yeah.
So, like, there are so many things that I believe in that need to be reformed, and I'm not going to find a perfect candidate that supports everything that I do.
That makes sense. I don't think anybody really has a perfect candidate.
Yeah.
Another thing, what would your argument be for when we talk about the background checks for the guns? Those in the comments, I'm just seeing them be like, "Well, criminals don't listen to paperwork." What's what's your stance on that? And what like how enforcement would go for non-compliance?
Yeah. So what we see specifically in predominantly blue states is that the majority, so when they have higher requirements for somebody to purchase a gun, so like New York, right? We find that about 80% of all guns that are used in crimes in that state come from out of state because somebody left the state to go and buy them. But if they were found to have not, like, let's say a private citizen is found to have sold a gun without it running the universal background check, then that private
Mm-hmm.
citizen would be responsible for the action that occurs as a result of not running a universal background check. So while we can say, yeah, well, criminals do this, this isn't, yeah, we're always going to have criminals. That's what it is going to be. You're never going to get rid of criminality. But that logic, my issue with it is that we've already seen other countries institute their own type of legislation to crack down on guns and the ownership of guns in their countries. And they only see a brief spike in crime with guns, with gun violence. And then it
Right.
normalizes. And that's because people were freaking out, right? So you have the Czech Republic, you have Australia, you have the United Kingdom, and you have all of the other countries that are very strict on their guns, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Um, and they don't see the mass violence that we do.
Right. Now, speaking of violence, if we go into, the recent events, since you're not necessarily a similar figure, but you're outspoken and you're speaking your opinion on your side, do you feel like there's that same type of risk of something happening to you with have you got threats and things like that just because of your
I get threats all the
your views?
time. Somebody literally
I'm
paid
sure.
to give me a threat yesterday. So there's
Makes
that.
sense.
They literally paid me on, sorry, I can't say app names because TikTok is a sensitive little jealous thing. So 1 second. On YouTube, paid me a $5 chat just to call me their prey and say
Yeah.
I
Well,
support everybody being able to, here's your defense fund so that you can be my prey.
all right.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Well, I appreciate you having this cordial conversation and kind of going over things.
Yeah.
I think we need more people willing to talk. And I don't mean to sound like, the whole Charlie Kirk thing, but like talk about policy and explain things. So thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. Prove what, Angelina? Go ahead and look at my video from yesterday. It was up there on the screen. I left it up there for this. Uniback has no no historical analog, other countries. Yes, I don't disagree with you, Bishop, and you know that. Like, yes, we see that violent crime increases through other means, but considering the majority of our H sides are because of gun violence, and I mean like over 80%, we'd still see fewer. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I am. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you.
Awesome. How old are you?
40, ma'am.
40? Okay. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, ma'am, I did actually.
And are you still supporting him?
Mm. It's kind of difficult to say that because, I mean, first and foremost, I think what you're doing is wonderful. I think what you're doing is excellent. It is time for people to sit down and try to have a conversation. I did because I do live in Texas, southern part of Texas, and yeah, illegal immigration was a major issue, and ever since the president has been in office, it has calmed down a lot. But of course, with some of the good, you have to take the bad, and I'm also thinking about the future, thinking about my kids. I have three, married. Both my moms live with me, my mom, my mother-in-law, and I'm just trying to think about them and their future, but as of right now, I'm kind of kicking myself in the tailbone because I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I do not feel good. I don't. I really don't. And I think it's a shame. I think it's tragic of everything that's going on. No matter. I'm not trying to take your space, ma'am. I apologize, but I don't know. I think what you're doing is awesome. I think what you're doing is wonderful, and I'm terribly, terribly sorry for all of the hate and negativity that you're receiving simply because you're doing what you're doing. It's not fair to you, and now that everyone is behind a keyboard and a computer screen, anyone can do or say anything, and that's just not right. I definitely don't want my kids to grow up acting like that. I can't imagine these individuals doing this. I mean, I guess what I'm trying to get at is, there's still love out there. There's still good people out there, and I guess back to your question, ma'am, I'm sorry for ranting, but, you know, um, I just kind of think, that there are people out there who do want the president to fail. And, this just goes with any president. I mentioned it in your comment section earlier. I think any individuals who want the president to fail wants America to fail. And again, that's with any president, left, right, middle, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's okay to disagree, but what the problem is that, some people just can't stand an individual so much and so bad that they just don't want any success out of them. And it kind of breaks my heart.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think so, and I've said this multiple times. While I inherently had a strong disagreement with the way that, like, specifically Charlie Kirk spoke and the things that he spoke about and his willful intention of misrepresenting things, I would never wish anyone to be killed at the end of a gun. And I think that's important to know, and that's why I would say, and granted, like, let's be very clear, he would not be in support of further legislation to restrict access to the Second Amendment. There are ways that we can still do it legally, as we've seen other, like, them be able to do it at the state level. Like, if it's okay to be implemented in states like New Jersey, or I know my friend Bishop in the comments will hate me on this, but like in states like California that have really restrictive gun laws, for example, and they've not been able to like overturn that at the Supreme Court level, then we would see that some of these laws would be able, and I'm not saying all of them because I do think that California probably has too strict of gun legislation in their states. But if we take some of them and we implement them on the federal level, we would be able to see a decrease in crime on some of them. Not not actual, right? And so, but no one deserves to be assassinated because of them utilizing their own free speech. And also, to be very clear, like Charlie Kirk was not a proponent of free speech. When somebody would speak out in direct opposition of something that he believed in, or was speaking out publicly about things that he didn't agree with, he would say that they need to be arrested. If he assumed that they were an immigrant, they needed to be deported, right? Or have their naturalization process revoked, or anything like that, for them speaking their mind. He was not a proponent of free speech. Whereas I'm advocating for it, right? I don't
No,
think he should
hey,
have been killed for it.
no, he shouldn't have, you know. And I mean, like I said, agree or disagree, you know. I'm getting too old for the social media, but I still scroll through
Yeah.
YouTube, and I just happen to come across you, and I think what you're doing is amazing. I think you're still, you know, you're doing great. I think you're doing a great job. I'm for certainly not gonna, you know, ask you in your personal. I just think what you're doing is good. Stick with it. You're doing a great job, and just keep the conversation alive, because the day we stop talking, that's the day things are going to get worse. Are we going to agree on everything? Absolutely not. But it is absolutely critical to still talk and communicate with one another, because once that falls through, we're done. We're done. But anyway, ma'am, I think I've taken up enough of your time. Thank you so very much, and God bless you, and stay safe, okay?
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. You have a good one.
You too.
Oh, did not mean to cut you off there. Okay, guys, over on TikTok, we need 5 more heart me's, and the likes have not moved. What are y'all doing? You're not doing it. All right. Let's open the lines back up. For those that want to say I'm lying, I love people that like to say that I'm lying about things. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Oh, okay. Here we go. Let's, I already have it open on my phone, so I guess. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes.
Hi, how old are you?
36.
All right, and did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Do you still support him?
I do.
Awesome. What is the main reason that you're still supporting Donald Trump?
Well, first off, he's still in office, and he's not going anywhere
Okay.
anytime soon. He has a term. So whoever is leading our country, I feel like we should all support. I agree with that previous caller that if someone is praying for the downfall of our country, praying for the downfall of our president, then they're praying for the downfall of our country.
Let's be clear, I haven't prayed or asked for the downfall of Donald Trump or
No,
his administration to fail. I
I'm not talking
think
about you. I'm
that
just speaking in
probably.
general.
I see your chat, Bishop. I think that the thing is, like, the most American thing that somebody can do is be critical of our government and how it's actively operating, which we saw a lot of under the Biden administration, where people were very willing, open, and able to speak out about Joe Biden and his administration. We're very negative individuals, correct? So now when we're turning around over with Donald Trump, I think that the most blind thing somebody can do is say that they are still supporting somebody just because they are the president of the United States. That's not a requirement for why you support them.
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay, so then
That's not what I'm saying.
Then let's try this a little bit differently. Why are you still actively supporting Trump?
Do you think that Biden was doing a good job when he was in office?
Yes, Biden did the best that he could with the shit that he was handed. And if anyone believes otherwise, then
So it's the
they're just weren't doing
same
research.
kind of situation.
No, it's actually not because and I faulted him on the last stream, right? And I faulted the whole entirety of the Democratic Party on my last stream yesterday. So let me be very clear. I think that the Democratic Party and the Biden administration made an error when they were speaking based off of statistics and data that show that the economy was actually trending up during his administration, because it was. But because individuals weren't seeing it with their pocket, they couldn't get on that same level. They couldn't understand that was actually what was occurring, okay? But statistically speaking, our economy was actually going in the correct direction under the Biden administration. Our economy was recovering due to C-19. People have a common misunderstanding that we don't see deflation in this country. We don't see prices going backwards. They don't roll back on a national scale. Okay? When Donald Trump came into office, he was actually left a pretty good economy. All right? Now we're seeing that inflation is rising. CPI is higher than it was year over year. The consumer price index is higher than it was year over year. We see that unemployment is the highest it's been in the last, I think it's 4 years almost? Highest it's been in almost 4 years? Maybe 3. I might be wrong. We'll just say 3 years. We saw the first job loss reported in a month since 2020. So the first job loss reported in 5 years under the Trump administration. But because...
Do you agree we have bigger issues right now than our economy and people losing their jobs?
Our economy is the driving force of this country and what determines what people do, and I think that people losing their jobs is a huge issue in this country. The fact that unemployment rate increased to 4.3% is a huge issue. The fact that we have lost 78,000 manufacturing jobs in the United States of America just since Donald Trump has been in office of 2025 is a huge issue. I think the fact that groceries are up year over year, month over month is a huge issue because that affects people at their base level of their wallets. Are you aware that the price of ground beef in even red states is more than the federal minimum wage of $7.25 for a pound of beef?
Okay. But
yeah.
So
that's
I think
when we're talking about the economy,
right
it goes all the way
I'll just let you
to
finish
well, I mean, this isn't a rant, sir. I just think that you're not understanding. The economy goes all the way to and affecting negatively the most impoverished people in this country. The workforce of our country are being negatively impacted by the policies that are going into and what's affecting the economy. So no, it's very important to talk about the economy. What else would you like to talk about? What is your number one issue, I guess? What's more important than the economy and the price of groceries?
I think the economy is a big deal. Fortunately, I'm able to make a great living and afford my cost of living. I know everyone's not in that position, but one thing I'm seeing right now is just the current mental state of our country is my biggest concern. Like when we move on from not being able to have these kind of dialogues like you and I are having. I heard you talked about death threats earlier. Like I think that is one of the most concerning things to me right now is that we can't even relate human to human because we're concerned that someone else doesn't have the same beliefs. You know what I mean?
Then why did the President of the United States, when he went out on national television, was asked, how do we bring the country back together? He said, I'm going to get in a lot of trouble for saying this, but honestly, I couldn't care less. And then goes into speaking about how the radical right doesn't promote violence, but the radical left are the ones that are always doing the violent acts, even though we know for a fact that the person that killed Minnesota State senators was a Republican. The person that burned down Josh Shapiro's home, or like lit it on fire, committed arson, was a Republican, right?
How many people
The
died
two
in that?
people, nobody died, but it doesn't matter. It was still an act of violence. Arson is violence, sir. When the two people that took shots, or one was an attempt that didn't even go through, but took a shot at Donald Trump last year, were both registered Republicans. Okay. Then we have the person that attacked Nancy Pelosi's
This is
husband.
my point.
Nancy's
Like, everyone
Pelosi
is so
husband was
focused
a
on left and
Republican.
right.
Well, your president, the person that you're still actively supporting, is demonizing everybody on the left, including myself. I'm sure I would be considered a radical leftist, even though I am not party affiliated and I refuse to affiliate myself with
It
either
doesn't
party.
sound like it because I heard you talking about gun control, and you have
No, these are
actually
actual.
fairly similar
And what did I
opinions to what I
say?
have.
What did I say? Yeah, this isn't a leftist opinion, sir. Promoting for universal background checks and a reinstitution of the AWB is not a leftist ideology. This is a humanist
That's what I'm
ideology where
saying.
I'm saying
I
we're
said you have a
protecting lives.
similar opinion
Right.
to what
So,
I do.
but what? So what box are you wanting to put me in then?
Well, I would say you're a human that has reasonable views on things.
Cool. And I
And
appreciate
that's what I
that. But
consider myself. I don't consider myself a Republican.
okay. But Donald
Or,
Trump would consider me a radical left lunatic because I'm doing the exact same thing that Charlie Kirk
But I
does,
don't
but the
think
difference
so.
is
I don't
I'm not
think he
doing it to
would.
indoctrinate college-age students. He wouldn't. I actively speak out
Okay,
against
I
him.
don't wanna
Everybody that has
speak ill
actively
against
spoke out
Charlie
against
Kirk.
Donald Trump,
This is not. I don't want to speak ill of Charlie Kirk.
I didn't speak ill of him. I said I'm not going out to indoctrinate college students. That's not speaking ill of somebody.
He wasn't indoctrinating college students.
I
He was
wasn't saying
inviting
that he
debate.
was. I was saying I'm not indoctrinating college students.
Yeah, you said you're not Charlie Kirk.
I said
He
I'm
was
not
indoctrinating
like
college
Charlie
students.
Kirk. I don't go out to colleges and I'm not trying to indoctrinate college students.
Inferring that Charlie Kirk did do that.
That's your interpretation of what I said.
So what do you mean?
So what I mean, I am not going out of my way to indoctrinate college students. That's all that means. It means that I personally am
Right.
not doing it. That's
Well,
what that
maybe you
means.
should bring that kind of debate to the college students because that's the future of our country. And I think
I speak to
opinion-
college age individuals that call into my stream. The reason why I don't is
Right.
because that's my personal choice. And I don't need to put myself
Yeah,
out
and
there
I
in
don't-
person right
I
now.
don't blame you,
Especially with
trust me.
everything
I
that's
don't blame
going
you.
on.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I think, well, honestly, like what you're doing right now is the safest way to do it. But, and I'm glad we could talk for a minute. I don't want to keep you too long, but I'm very concerned on how the country is moving. And like I said, Donald Trump is far from perfect. Trust me. But I believe that if someone from the left was in office right now, the way things are going, I would be way more concerned because it just seems like there's no concern for.
No, I disagree. So here, because I would like you to show me a Democrat that suggested putting up any kind of, I don't know, a public statue. A public statue for a figure that spoke about politics in the last 10 years after they were killed. Are you not aware that there's a bill that's been introduced into Congress to make a memorialized statue of Charlie Kirk? Are you aware that there is a representative who has clearly said, there is, dude, you are not going to. Charlie Kirk is a person that said Martin Luther King was a dangerous individual. So, no, sir. Do not put him in the same bucket. He would not want you to put him in the same bucket as Martin Luther King.
I'm not talking about putting him in the same
You know,
bucket.
you
I'm
just
saying
did. You
Martin
just
Luther
said.
King was
You
someone
are.
who
Were you
was
not
out
just
there-
comparing them then? How?
Right.
Why would you bring up Martin Luther King
You're not
then if
letting
you're
me
not
talk.
comparing them? Are you not
You're
comparing
letting me
them?
talk.
Are you not comparing
You're not
them?
letting me talk.
Are you not comparing? This is a yes or no question. This is a yes or no question right now. Are you not comparing them
You
when
can
you say
compare
what's
them
wrong with
even though they're
it
not
if they're
similar.
doing this? Oh, it's not that they're not similar, sir. It's that it's literally that Charlie Kirk would not want to be compared in any way, shape, or form, put side by side with Martin Luther King because he disagreed
don't
with
know what Charlie
everything
Kirk
that
would want.
Martin Luther. Are you kidding me? He's literally the one who said that Martin Luther King was a horrible person. Charlie Kirk said that. These are not words that I am making up. Charlie Kirk himself said these words. Look it up. Go look up your own fucking research. So when you're putting his name, next to Martin Luther King, Charlie Kirk would not be happy with you, and so they are not the same. Are you not aware that there's a representative in Congress that has also put out literally asking for us to violate the First Amendment with a written law that says okay, so there is a representative in Congress that wrote on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, that said that any individual that speaks negatively about Charlie Kirk should be punished with a crime. So now they want to, he's suggesting, and they put forth the bill into Congress, suggesting actually relegating our freedom of speech, which literally the first 5 words of the First Amendment is Congress shall make no law. And yet we have Republicans in Congress that say that they should be able to pass a law to limit our free speech. I want to be clear, guys, and I say this, and I'm not trying to be rude or anything like this, but unfortunately, just because someone has died, that does not negate what they left behind and what their words have done to people. Speaking the truth about what he said is truthful. Just because he has died does not make it so that we can no longer speak the truth of what he said, and then the negativity, the negative effects of what his words have caused at the end of the day. Similarly enough, that I will never ask somebody of a marginalized community, of a marginalized group of individuals to feel empathy for the man or his family. I myself, I will. Because that is me and that is my belief. I am not somebody that he specifically went out to harm. I am not. But I can acknowledge the fact that things that he has said is in fact harmful. And then somebody just subscribed on my one account, on my horizontal stream, just to threaten me. Like, the fuck? Y'all are ridiculous. If you can't see it, there's a significant problem. So you, Bill, I would never ask you or expect you to show any kind of emotions or tell you to feel some type of way about his passing, because I am not you. I am a white woman. You're a black man. Cannot say that. Cannot. Especially after the shit that he said about MLK. Just saying. And anybody that tells you how to feel, Bill, is inherently wrong. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 39.
You're 39. And did you vote for Trump?
I did, yes.
Are you still supporting him?
Yes, I do. Because I'm a capitalist, so I'm regularly the Republican Party is more capitalist. I mean, you have both on both sides, but I don't see anything that that he did too much wrong.
Donald Trump has done wrong?
I don't know if I agree with you 100% with the economy, because the economy kind of fell into you understand that he doesn't have control over inflation, right?
Oh, but Donald Trump continues to tell people that there is no inflation and that it's a lie. We are not seeing any
Yeah.
inflation. So,
Right.
no,
Yeah, but that's.
that is
Mhm.
incorrect,
Yeah.
sir. Like, so this is why I actually
No, there
prefer
is.
my other stream when I'm asking people, like, are you willing and able to accept that Donald Trump is lying to you? So when Donald Trump says that there is no inflation to be seen within our country, is that a lie or is he being honest?
Well, that no politician is 100% honest.
What do
But
you
the
get
thing
from
is,
saying
what
that?
I'm trying to,
What do you get from saying that no
because
politician is
it's
100%
the
honest?
truth.
What do you get out of
It's the
saying
truth.
that? So here, when
It's the truth.
people want to say things like no politician is 100% honest, fine, cool. We can agree with that. But the reason why people say that is because it's a deflection and you're trying to navigate away from the fact of acknowledging that Donald Trump is an incessant liar and all he does
Yeah.
is know how to lie, in fact, right? So you're giving him an excuse to lie by putting it out there that other politicians do it too, so can he? And we're not giving him an excuse in order to lie, especially about something that is actually harmful to the American people, to lie about and say that inflation does not exist right now in our country or that everybody is wrong, there is no inflation. That is a harmful lie.
Yeah. All right. So now my thing is this: like he doesn't have control over food prices, anything like that. That came about when we printed all that money back in COVID.
No, you
And
still don't even have an understanding
yeah,
what
of course.
inflation does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
no.
federals.
No.
Well, I know inflation. I'm a
No.
capitalist. I'm a business
No.
owner.
Okay,
And
so
if you
when
allow
we
me to speak,
cool,
I
cool,
can
cool,
explain it.
cool.
But if you're not,
Hold
then
on, 1
I
second.
don't
Then
want to
you
have
want
a
to say
conversation.
1 second. Then you want to say that we printed all of the money. Who printed more, Trump or Biden?
Feds. Trump doesn't print money. The feds do.
Who signed?
Everyone
Then
in
what
the
bill?
chat
Then
can
what
Google,
bill?
can fact
Then
check
what
it.
bill? Then what bill was it that was passed that printed all of this money? That printed all this money? Tell me, what are the bill names?
To that
You
question,
don't know
but I
the
know
no,
the feds
you don't know
print
the name.
money.
Cool.
The
No.
feds print this money. The
Yes,
feds
at
control the
at the
currency
discretion
circulation.
of other people.
So you
Cool.
can't blame
So
Trump.
what
You
money?
cannot blame
What
Trump
money was
for-
printed? What money was printed? What money was printed? What money was printed? What money was printed? When was it 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 printed? For C19. Oh, yeah, okay, cool. I'm going to help you out with something. When I asked you who printed more, it was Donald J. Trump because he signed not one, but two of the stimulus bill. The first one for $1,400, the second one for $600, the second one for $600, and it went to more people. Only, so who caused inflation then, sir? At your own behest. You have to admit it now. No, you have to admit it now. You said that it was the printing of money at the Fed that caused inflation, which was done by Donald J. Trump the most. So if you're going to be disingenuous and lie and say that he's not the one that caused inflation, then you are lying to yourself, because this was your own point that you made, that printing money causes inflation, and Donald Trump printed the most of C19 related relief. Donald Trump did. He spent $4.4 billion, trillion dollars of C19 related relief. Guess how much Joe Biden spent? 2.2. Half of the number that Donald Trump himself spent. So you are inherently wrong, incorrect, categorically incorrect. You are categorically incorrect and false. Categorically incorrect and false. So you can crash out all you want while you're just screaming into the microphone. You are still incorrect that they printed more. Donald Trump printed more. So you must be a really bad capitalist, since you say you're this capitalist and you're a business owner, if you can't figure that out. Okay? So this is your problem, not my problem. Why should I, guys? No, see, we're not listening. Like, cool. cool. He'll hang up on his own. It's okay. Like, I just don't think you don't understand what you just said, right? So you said, right, that let's be clear that it's all the Fed's fault, that they printed all of this money, and that's what caused inflation, when it doesn't sound like to me that you could even tell me what the three main causes of inflation actually are. And that's pretty evident at this point, because you're still not able to acknowledge the fact that Donald Trump printed more money when it came to C-19 pandemic related relief. He printed more. He's the one that signed the 2 bills. So what are the 3 things that cause inflation? Are you able to tell me that? What are the 3 main components of inflation? You're not going to? Okay, that's cool. I will just I'll just look it up and I'll explain it to you myself. I'm okay with that. So let's go ahead and we'll put it up on the big screen. What are the key causes of inflation? Since guest just doesn't want to acknowledge any of this, right? So let's see. We can look at many different things that are reporting on this, right? So we have Investopedia, the Reserve Bank of Austria, the Reserve Bank of Australia, International Monetary. So let's see. Demand and pull, so too much money chasing too few goods, right? So supply and demand, and thank you guys so much. We have the rising production costs and built-in expectations of future inflation that lead to a wage price spiral. So specifically, the printing of money isn't even one of the top 3, so I find it very interesting that people ever say all of this stuff, that this is what it is, right? Yeah, it does. Yeah, they do. That's how it always goes, mischievous. Like, we need to do this. So the main thing that we saw, the main reason that we saw this high inflation that occurred due to the C-19 pandemic, that was a worldwide pandemic. So unless you're going to tell me that Joe Biden somehow caused worldwide inflation, somehow Joe Biden caused worldwide inflation, then you're going to have to acknowledge the supply and demand issue, because other countries did not do multiple stimulus checks to their constituents, to their citizen, their population, that caused their inflation. Okay, so this is why I love debunking this point, okay, is the fact that people don't understand, or they forget, that other countries didn't do what we did. They didn't do what we did. They didn't print money and just give money to citizens, okay? They didn't just go like, boo, 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 money for you, check for you, check for you, check for you, as long as you make under this amount. That's not what happened in other countries. And yet, other countries experience inflation because of supply and demand issues, okay? There were so many people that were not able to be working and producing goods. There was a lack of goods that we experienced worldwide, and so we experienced worldwide inflation issues, okay? And so that's what we saw. So primarily the reason for it was supply and demand is what caused the price of goods to skyrocket all the way up, okay? And then because of that, because we had a lack, we had to cut down on who could work and everything like that, cost of production actually increased. And then see, you guys are going to tell me that I hung up on him, right? When my hands were up here this entire time. Very nice. And to the people that are crying in the chat and they're like, so-and-so used to let people speak. No, he didn't. He interrupted them all the time. I just think people forget that there's these things called terms of service, and misinformation gets things taken down, and I don't do that on my platform. However, the cat caused a whole mess for me that I'm going to have to pick up. Because you were wrong. You want to go in my chat and tell me that I wouldn't let you speak? It's because you were wrong. And you weren't able to accept anything that I was explaining to inform you how you were wrong. It was, no, you're wrong. You couldn't even accept the fact that Donald Trump printed more money. At the end of the day, point blank period, Donald Trump printed more money for C-19 relief. Point blank period. And you're incapable of acknowledging that. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Hello?
Hello.
Hi, can you turn off the stream in the background?
Yeah.
Yeah. How old are you?
36.
All right. And did you vote for Trump?
I didn't vote for anybody.
All right. Well, have a good one then, man. Enjoy your football.
I did.
Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, hello.
Hi, how old are you?
32.
Okay. Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I did.
Do you still support him?
I do.
Why is that? Why are you still supporting him?
Mainly because of like what he's been doing for the security of the there's a cat trying to climb your wall behind you.
Yep.
Make you look, nigger.
Yeah, knew that was coming. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes.
Awesome. How old are you?
26.
Okay. Did you vote for Trump?
Fuck yeah, I did.
And you still support him?
Fuck yeah, I do.
Are you able to articulate a very clear and concise reason for why you're still actively supporting Trump and his current administration as of September 14, 2025, since he's been inaugurated into office as of January 20, 2025? Is that a no?
Say that again?
Are you able
Sorry, I
to?
just hear stupidity
Are you
coming out of
able
your
to?
voice.
Oh.
Yeah,
So because you're
yeah,
not
I just
able
hear
to
stupidity
answer the
coming out of your
question,
voice, bro.
because you're not able to answer the
Can you
question,
let me
you
talk,
go
or
to
you
an
gonna
ad
keep talking over
hominem.
me? Let
Okay.
me talk. Come on,
So
let
what
me
part
talk.
of what word did I say that you didn't understand? Because I
Oh,
asked
just
you to
everything.
articulate
You
a
sound so
reason. Because I
stupid.
asked you to
Everything
articulate
you
a
said,
reason.
You sound so fucking stupid, bitch.
Can you define
Keep
articulate?
talking. I can talk over you too. You
Can
sound
you
so stupid right now.
can you define articulate?
Do I have to? Are you
Yes,
stupid?
at this
You
point.
know the word too, right?
Oh, I mean, I do, but I don't think you did. Are you able to articulate a clear and concise reason for why you are still actively supporting Trump as of September 14, 2025 from his current administration?
Yes, I can.
Which, okay,
Yes, I can.
so
You
which
wanna
word
know
did you
why?
not understand?
Because he's Christian. He's Christian. He ain't trying to take fucking. We can say Christmas now. We can do whatever the fuck. we
You've
want.
always been
We
able
don't
to
have
say
to
Happy
suck
Christmas
dick
and
to
Merry
be able to say
Christmas.
something.
You've
Yeah,
always been
like
able to
Biden,
say
you had to
Christmas.
suck dick to be able to say something, and Charlie Kirk got
Oh.
shot because of freedom of speech, just like you said.
Yeah, because right now you're saying words that are intentionally geared to try to take down my TikTok. So yeah, you're not going to be able to be heard on TikTok anymore. That's for sure. So let's be very clear. So no, I know you don't care, and it's very clear on this one. So when somebody is not able to articulate a reason for why they're actually in support of somebody, they go directly to ad hominems, which is exactly what you did at the very beginning of all of this when you say that I sounded stupid because you weren't able to define the word articulate. I also assume that you didn't understand what the word concise meant either. So instead you went to that and you went to calling me a bitch, which by the way doesn't offend me in any way, shape, or form, because I do know that I'm beautiful, intelligent. I'm definitely way better off than you at this moment. So like, just to be very clear, you're the one that's having issues, not me. You're the one that's spewing hateful rhetoric, not me. And I don't really understand why. And thank you so much, Bishop, for sending out 5 gifted subs on Twitch. So I just find it very interesting that all of these things that come out of your mouth, all because you're not able to articulate a clear and concise reason for why you're still actively in support of Donald Trump for anything that has any merit, okay? So when we're talking about being able to say Merry Christmas, you've literally have always been able to say Merry Christmas. That was never taken away from you. That's a very weird hill for anybody to die on at any point, shape, or any time, point, shape, or form. The reason why they started doing the terms Happy Holidays was more just because it was all inclusive, because there are more holidays that occur around it or occur within December than just Christmas. We have Hanukkah, we have Kwanzaa, like there's so many other ones. So Happy Holidays was actually just said to be considered an all-inclusive phrase. I understand that you're incapable of understanding that, but at no point in time was there ever anything that was introduced into Congress that said that you couldn't say Merry Christmas. So that was a weird your take as well. And I can't exactly remember what else you said. Let's see, you brought up the unfortunate unalivement of Charlie Kirk, which is unfortunate indeed, because I don't believe that anybody should ever be a subject to gun violence as a result of them utilizing their First Amendment in order to speak out against anything as far as politics within the United States of America. So again, I find everything that you just said to be very odd. But again, this is not even something that Donald Trump has even worked on condemning at any point in time. In fact, what was it? They joked about Nancy Pelosi's husband being hit on the head with a hammer. Not only did Donald Trump do that, but also his sons did that. Okay, they made it a Halloween costume as well. So Donald Trump is promoting political violence in many different ways. They also didn't condemn at all the acts of what happened to the two Minnesota senators, right? The state senators. They didn't condemn that at all. So it's very interesting that anybody would say that the left is promoting political violence when that's inherently untrue in every way, shape, or form. And Donald Trump certainly isn't doing anything to speak out or stop political violence. He went out on a national interview yesterday, and when he was asked, what can we do to reunite the country, what did Donald Trump say? He said, I'm going to get in a lot of trouble for this, but honestly, I couldn't care less. And then he continued to talk about how horrible the radical left is and how they're always the ones promoting violence and everything like that, when that's categorically untrue. So Donald Trump is working to further divide the country in so many different ways. So I find it very interesting, anything that you would say, but the only thing that you can get hung up on, I guess, is what? Just calling me a bitch because you think that's a real gotcha? Okay, fine, call me one. I don't care. It doesn't hurt my feelings at all. You're the one that sounds like the most idiotic person at the moment, not me, in fact. Again, because you've been unable to address any of my points, that you go directly into ad hominems, and that proves the point that you're not able to address anything that I've said. Do you have any counter argument for anything that I've said at any point in time, or is it just that you just want to continue to scream and yell and call me ignorant where you've provided no points? I don't know. Are you going to, can you still man anything that I just said? Are you able to still man reiterate my argument? Reiterate my argument. Reiterate my argument. Let's see if you are listening.
I ain't listening because you sound stupid, bro.
Oh, okay. So you're not here? Okay, so you're not here to have a conversation. Got it.
I want to hear this. What's your problem with Trump?
You're not here to have a conversation. You literally just said you weren't listening at all. So you're not here to have a conversation. In no way, shape, or form am I required to have to listen to you, especially when you've just admitted to me that you're not listening because, in your opinion, I sounded ignorant, when in fact you're the one who's made an ass out of themselves this entire time, not me, because you're still not able to go after any points that I've said or made. So are you able to do anything except do... I've literally have already explained it to you, but I already did. I already explained it to you. I literally already told you. I already told you. Well, now you're asking me a question that I've already answered.
It's crazy because y'all side is more violent.
Okay, so you're just going to continue to not respond to anything that I said. Are you able to articulate anything that I said? Oh, so then, wait, if I didn't shut the fuck up according to you, you weren't able to hear me. Have you checked your hearing recently? I actually encourage you to go ahead and check your hearing. It's actually really important that everybody gets their annual hearing checks done. And if you weren't able to hear me after you've told me, right, you told me that I was rambling for like 7 minutes, which I don't know how long I was actually rambling for, considering we've only been on the phone for 7 minutes and 49 seconds. It was impossible for the time when you said that I've been rambling for 7 minutes for me to have been rambling for 7 minutes. So if you weren't able to hear me, but I was rambling on for 7 minutes, then I encourage you to get your hearing checked.
You actually have a real debate with somebody?
You said, sir, earlier that you didn't vote, so not with you.
Well, that shouldn't matter because I thought left and right matter, right?
Bye-bye. How about you put your girl back on the phone?
Bye-bye. See, this is what I'm saying. You cut people off.
I'm sorry that neither of you were able to articulate any point to defend any of the things that I just said or even combat any of the things that I just said. And yes, Puppeteer, that is correct. The Republicans voted against releasing the Epstein files. They did. Again. That is so cute, Bishop. I've got to put that up there because that's adorable. Yes. Yes. That is adorable, and I love that. The day is good. Why don't you support Trump? I literally already told you in that entire ramble, but I guess you weren't listening. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hey, can you hear me?
No, it's actually really difficult to hear you. Yeah, you sound a little far.
Hey, can you hear me better now?
I can. Awesome. How old are you?
36.
Okay. And did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
And are you still supporting him?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What is the main reason that you're still supporting Trump?
So basically, I'm black. I'm from North Carolina. I'm 36. And historically, the Democrat Party hasn't done anything productive for black people. Besides the civil rights bill, which was partially kind of messed up when it kind of took away us ever possibly being able to get reparations. But historically, the Democrat Party has not been good to black people, and Trump has.
Okay. And what specifically in his current administration has Donald Trump done to assist the black community?
He gave the HBCUs.
No, I said in his current administration.
Yeah, this is current administration. He just gave us HBCUs more funding for technology. Pardon a lot of people. I mean, it's only 9 months, but he's done a lot within those 9 months.
No, that is actually incorrect. Donald Trump hasn't done anything. Where can I find any proof that Donald Trump in 2025 has extended financing for HBCUs?
I can't look at the executive order that he signed, but one moment.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, you haven't.
In September 2025, the U.S. Department of Education canceled $350 million in federal grants intended for minority-serving institutions, including HBCUs. This month, the Department of Education under Secretary Linda McMahon claimed the grant programs were used discriminatory racial and ethnic criteria. Yeah, so they're actively defunding. Sorry. You don't just because you disagree with the program that it was going to, it's still an active defunding of HBCUs under the Donald Trump administration, where he has not done anything to fund HBCUs additionally since he's been inaugurated into office on January 20th, 2025.
Well, historically, who benefits the most from DEI programs? You benefit the most from DEI programs.
Historically, DEIA programs, honestly, white women.
Yeah.
I'm aware. It's white women. Yeah.
I don't benefit from
No, I'm aware of that. Also, you are also forgetting. Hold on, sir. 1 second. Veterans. Our United States military veterans are also the top, guess what, receivers of DEIA benefits programs.
Okay, April 23rd, Donald J. Trump signs promotion to Donald Trump promotes excellence and innovations at HBCUs. April 23rd.
Yeah, what's the name of that executive order?
Advancing HBCU excellence. That's the name of it. Yeah.
Cool. And then while this is pulling it up, not a problem. Hold on. While this is pulling it up, all right. Who in the federal government holds the bank account for the United States? Who is the one that gives out money? Congress.
Congress.
Awesome. Cool.
Congress.
So
He
by
signed the
saying
executive
this,
order,
right,
sent it to Congress,
and then tell
and
me
they
this.
approved it.
No, they didn't approve it, sir. An executive order
Yes,
is...
they did. Yes, they did. They sent it to
Then what's the
Congress,
bill
and they
number?
approved it.
Then what's the bill number?
I can't remember.
Then you don't know.
Checking right now.
Yes, I have that. And I always find it very interesting is that they're supposed to report back to him at the end of 90 days, and this was done on
363.
HR 5?
363.
363.
Oh, no, that was from 2019. My bad.
Yeah. Okay. So again, this executive order, they're supposed to report back to him within 90 days to do something. And this was signed April of 23. And let's see, 90 days from April would have been July 23rd. We're now on September 14th and we haven't seen anything.
Well, they went on.
So they haven't done anything because he's not able to, because let's be very clear. I'm going to re-articulate your original claim. I'm going to re-articulate your original claim is that Donald Trump has provided additional funding to HBCUs in the year 2025, which we see is untrue. All he did was sign an executive order that does absolutely nothing and is unable to appropriate money in any way, shape, or form. So he hasn't done anything to give money to HBCUs. In fact, the Department of Education has canceled grants that were going to HBCUs. No, an executive order is literally... What is an executive... Congress doesn't have a bill introduced for HBCUs. And you know that because that's why you're not able to find anything.
Yeah, they haven't done that part yet.
They haven't done anything. And they had 90 days to do it. 90 days ended on July 23rd.
And that's because Democrats have...
That's incorrect. Anybody can introduce a bill, sir. I could literally, if I was an elected official into Congress, regardless of which political affiliation that I am, I could literally introduce a bill. I could literally introduce a bill into Congress that said that the sky is purple, and so therefore it would be known throughout the United States of America that the sky is purple, right? Like, anybody can introduce a bill into Congress. The fact that there has been none introduced into Congress at all regarding HBCUs is my entire point. They have done nothing. Donald Trump gave them 90 days when he signed an executive order on April 23rd of 2025. That 90 days was July 23rd, 2025. We are now September 14th, 2025, and they have done nothing. There is nothing that the Democrats can do from stopping a majority Republican Congress from introducing a bill into Congress. Literally nothing the Democrats can do. So when you come up here and you say, because of the Democrats, I'm sorry, you've made a dumb statement.
Okay, so can you define nothing? Can you define nothing?
Absence of something.
Okay, so him signing an executive order is absent of something?
Sure, yeah. So there's zero, nothing,
Okay,
absence of, right?
okay.
It does not
So you
exist.
consider nothing.
So can
You
you
consider
tell me
nothing.
again,
That-
tell me again, where is the bill that you're claiming that would have funded HBCUs right now in 2025? And okay, let's try this. In your opinion.
I said Donald Trump, not Congress.
Okay. No, I know. So what is an executive order? Who do executive orders legislate? Or sorry, they don't legislate anything. Are executive orders law? We'll try an easier question. They're not law. Fantastic. Are executive orders able to appropriate money that has not been approved by Congress? Awesome. They're not able to, it's not able to appropriate money that has not been approved by Congress. Got you. So who is it that executive orders affect? When they are signed by the executive branch, by the Donald Trump administration, by Donald Trump himself, who is it that the executive orders affect?
The executive orders support, the executive orders goes to the different departments. The different departments.
Federal employees and federal departments, correct? Federal employees, federal departments, federal agencies. So it has nothing to do with private institutions.
Okay, but so who controls the private institutions as far as colleges and HBCUs as far as
no one.
federal departments, right?
No, I don't think you understand. No one controls. Do you understand what private is? Like, when I say private institutions, no one controls them except for their own shareholders and stuff like that. So what I think you're trying to get to is talking about who can send money out to them once it's been appropriated, right? So money that's been approved by Congress to go to them. So that would be the Department of Education, which Donald Trump says that we no longer need. So how is it, and I guess that's why he then is making it so that it falls under the executive branch, and in some kind of way of being like, well, when the Department of Education is gone, the president of the United States gets to make the determinations on what they get. Did you happen to go to an HBCU, sir?
Yes, I did.
You did? Okay, sorry. One of my amazing moderators over on TikTok wanted to make sure of that one. But I don't think you understand, sir. Donald Trump has literally done nothing so far in his current administration to advance the needs or the equitable needs of the Black American community.
Well, I mean, that's just your objective.
No, it would be my subjective opinion, but it's also objective because there are nothing that you can prove to me that he has done it. So I think you don't understand. The executive order, which is a piece of paper where all it did was say that in case this is what it says basically, is that if we dismantle the Department of Education, the HBCUs will now fall under the control of the executive branch of government, which I actually find to be very troubling. If that is the case, that's basically what it is. It's not anything to do with saying, but again, it's not letting them. So here it is. There is hereby established the White House Initiative on Historically Black Colleges and Universities, housed in the executive office of the president and led by an executive director designated by the president. Didn't do anything to fund them. It literally did nothing. That was directly from Section 3. It did nothing to fund them. All it does is additionally define what an HBCU is. It doesn't give them money. In fact, again, I've already explained to you that just this month, the Department of Education cut $350 million that was actually designated to go to HBCUs. I know that's what you're going to cry about. I know that's what you're going to cry about, is that DEI is bad. Let's try this. What is the difference? Can you give me a substantial difference? What is the difference between equality and equity?
Equality and equity?
Yes.
I don't know. You're going to tell me that.
You don't know. Okay. Are you able to maybe define equality?
Equality? Oh, I thought you said quality.
No, equality and equity. What are the differences?
Equity is funds, and equality is making sure everybody's treated equal.
Incorrect. That's not what it is. Okay.
That's a layman's term of
it. It's still incorrect. Okay. So when we're looking at equality, the definition of equality is giving everyone the same treatment, resources, and opportunities. The definition of equity...
Treating everybody equally. Treating everybody equally. That was layman's term.
Mm-hmm. So now let's tell you what equity is, because I am a promoter of equity, which is something you're saying that you're against when you're say boo DEI, right? DEIA, let's be very clear, it's DEIA. Equity is fairly distributing. Okay, I'm still talking. I was literally still talking. Cool. Equity is fairly distributing resources and opportunities based on specific needs to ensure everyone has a chance to succeed. So why, sir, are you against equity? Why, sir, are you against fairly distributing resources and opportunities based on specific needs to ensure everyone has a chance to succeed? So why are you against everyone having a chance to succeed?
because again, with the programs that are set DEI, black people benefit the least. Why would
They
I
didn't
assume that
benefit the
if I'm
least.
black?
They
Yes,
didn't
they do.
benefit the
Yes, they
least.
do.
No. So
Does black people benefit the least? If
like,
white
let's be
people,
clear. No, it primarily, predominantly, and I acknowledge this from the very start, sir. It predominantly benefited white women. That is true. No one is disagreeing with you here. However, it still had a disproportionate benefit to black men and women. Also, anyone that is Latino, anybody, they still benefited from it, sir. They still benefited from it, sir. I'm curious now. Were you for or against affirmative action? Were you for or against affirmative action?
I don't think people should have.
Were you for? This is a simple yes or no question. This is a very simple yes or no question. Were you for or against affirmative action?
That's not a simple yes or no answer.
It is a simple yes or no question. This is a yes or no. Were you for or against? Were you for or against affirmative action? Okay, let's try this. You're not able to answer this. Who predominantly, who primarily, let's try this. Who primarily benefited from affirmative action?
Black people. People of color. But DEI
Correct.
is not affirmative action.
No, I agree with you. DEIA is not affirmative action, sir. That is 100% unequivocally correct. It is not the same way in any way, shape, or form. So can you tell me why that Donald Trump made it a point to make sure that affirmative action ended while he was his first term of presidency, that he was so against affirmative action if it predominantly helped black individuals, as you agreed? Why was Donald Trump against affirmative action?
Because again, people shouldn't get benefits based just off race.
Oh.
You shouldn't have an advantage on me just because you're a white woman. I shouldn't have an advantage on you just because I'm a black man.
Is that what you think it is? So I just want to be clear. You also then think that somehow what affirmative action and DEIA does away with merit-based system? Because you still have to qualify for these things. So, for example, if a job says that you are required to have a bachelor's degree and somebody applies and they're hired on, they don't get hired on without a bachelor's degree unless you have the equivalent level of job experience to back it up. That is exactly what it is. DEIA nor affirmative action do away with the merit-based system.
If a company can find a better applicant, I'm supposed to fault the company?
No, I don't. That's not even what I just fucking said. That's not even what I just said.
What? Can you look up who benefits the least from DEI? Go to Google and look up who benefits the least from DEI.
And I could actually even prove you wrong depending on what this is going to say. Oh, yeah. Well, wait, white men? White men?
No, read it.
I know it is. While the intention of DEI is to help all employees, studies and surveys indicate that white men are the group most likely to feel harmed or report no benefit from DEI programs. I literally typed in what you wanted me, who benefits the most from, or the least from DEI. And I typed that in, and that is what I got. And you say, no, I'm wrong. Okay, let's read this again from your AI overview that you wanted me to put into Google. Who benefited the least from DEI? And this is AI overview. While the intention of DEIA, I'm even going to put it up on the screen just to oh my goodness.
No, because your Google must be bringing up something different. Mine says, while the goals of DEI are to benefit everyone, creating the equitability workplaces, critics and researchers suggest that some of the primary beneficiaries of these programs are white women, particularly in gaining leadership positions.
And what word did you type in?
Are individuals and groups that may benefit least and often from those who were
And what did
originally
you
targets
type in? I have
of
it on
those
my
initiatives,
screen.
but
And
have
what
been
did you type
limited
in?
progress such as
What did you type in? What did you type in? What did you type in? What did you type in?
I said who benefit the least from DEI? That's all I typed
Is
in.
it that
Who
you didn't
benefits the
spell
least
it correctly? Because it just benefited is the correct word. Because DEIA is an ended program at the federal level.
Take off the ED. Take off the ED. Shouldn't,
Oh, so now I have to use incorrect grammar in order for it to work? That seems odd.
technically, it's not incorrect grammar because benefit is only.
It is past tense.
It's present tense. It's present. It's present tense.
Yeah.
Benefited is past tense. So
Oh, look, somebody else looked it up
only thing
too.
you're doing
And
is
what did
changing
hers say? Let's see. Someone else looked it up too. Usually, straight
Oh,
white,
it's a
non-disabled
bad
men
grammar.
in higher societal economic brackets. They're not excluded from DEIA, but they don't see the same targeted outreach, hiring boosts, or policy shifts. Oh, straight white non-disabled men. Wow, this is very interesting to see that other people are seeing something that are along the lines of what I did. So I'm curious because you can't show me what your screen is, but I can show everybody exactly what my screen is and what my search was, and I don't get the same result as you. So at this point I have to assume that either you lied about what you typed in your search bar, or you typed in like you obviously had to have typed in something completely different because other people are getting you are obviously not, sir. I think you typed in something completely different. You can say this, but again, I actually typed in exactly what I said. It's on the screen for the entirety of the stream to see, everyone to read. In fact, everything. But again, because we already knew that it was actually white men who benefited the least from DEI practices and procedures and implementation. And here, actually, unless you look at the military, right? So when DEIA was in effect for the military, okay, do you know what a shaving waiver is?
A shaving waiver is when you don't have to shave. It's people get. I used to be in the military also, just to let you know.
Yeah, and so do you know what a shaving waiver is?
Yeah, basically, you don't have to shave because you get shaved off.
Correct. And there's more than that. And what I actually saw, because I've lived a long time in many military cities, right? Military-based cities, okay? So shaving waivers were instituted in place primarily for Black individuals such as yourself, because unfortunately you all do get more ingrown hairs from shaving, and they found that over a long period of time that Black men specifically that had to shave daily ended up scarring their neck or their face because of the constant shaving and the ingrown hairs and the bumps and everything that gets instituted. But we see that more white men have been utilizing shaving waivers to get out of it. And then what happens, pray tell, when Donald Trump writes an executive order to end DEIA, because that actually would have been a DEIA process, sir, because just so you know, like, DEIA is actually something that continues on while you're actively in your place of employment, and not just a hiring practice as people fail to realize what it actually is. So can you tell me what happens to all of the Black men that are actively enlisted into our United States military when they're going to be ending the shaving waiver process? What's going to happen to the Black men? They're going to get ingrown hairs. And whose administration has promised that they're going to end the shaving waiver practices, specifically the person that's over the DOD, or sorry, the DOW, whatever you want to call it. Thank you, Moose.
I know it's the Trump administration, but
it's Pete Hegseth, right? Because DEIA is racist towards white people. So are you going, I just need you to understand that this is going to adversely, I need you to understand that this is going to adversely affect people that you say that you've served with. You served our military armed forces. You served in our military armed forces. You served in our military armed forces. You served in our military armed forces. And you need to acknowledge that this is going to adversely affect the black men that are in our military armed forces, because it's going to now make them have scars on their face and on their necks.
Do you know why they're getting rid of it?
Can you admit that this is going to adversely affect black individuals? Yes or no?
No, it's not.
It's not going to. Okay.
If you,
Sorry. The people that I know that are black and that are actively engaged in or enlisted in our military would inherently disagree with you. And you are the one that admitted, sir. You are the one that admitted, sir, that they were needed for black individuals because they got bumps all over it. Hey, Hector, handle that comment in TikTok for me. You can just reply to her. Or in fact, Hector, come on up for a second, buddy. We're going to be done in a second. Do you see the comment that I was talking about? Oh, she has 31K followers. Come on up, lady. I sent you an invite.
I knew it. I saw it coming. I knew it was going to happen. I said, someone's going to call her a racist.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it too. Like, I'm sorry. Come on up.
I'm a black man. I'm adversely affected every time I fucking shave because that's what happens, you know? It's kind of in our genetics and things. People are a little different. That decision made in the military is going to fuck us up, okay? I think it'll be a little bit harder to maybe aim at the right targets and do what we need to do, but we're constantly having to deal with ingrowns and itches and scratches and breakouts that can take place. So just a thought, just a thought.
Yeah, and just to be clear, when I was talking about the shaving waivers, I said yes, it benefited black men that went into the military, but also white men inherently used it on a higher level than the black men did that were enlisted. And so when we're talking about shaving waivers, yeah, I think so for somebody in the comments that's like, crying because like not only black men get bumps, I literally said that white men do too.
Literally.
And it has been proven to cause permanent scarring on individuals' faces.
That's correct. I have permanent scarring on my scalp since I've been cutting it bald. Just a couple of errors with the directions and things, but everything that benefits what you guys believe just solely benefits black men benefits everyone. Everything else you think solely benefits black women benefits everyone.
Tony, tell me you don't understand what per capita is without telling me. Oh no, she wasn't muted. That chica was not muted. I made sure of it. So she just said her comments and then like cried about it and left.
Sounds about white.
Sounds about white. All right. Oh yeah, guys, I also, yes, that's a funny comment too, is black women, or sorry, not black women, MAGA women specifically are scared of me. I will say, like, I did get a good joke out of it yesterday where a MAGA host, one of his moderators, brought me up onto his panel while he was, like, looking something up, even though he said, yeah, you can bring up whoever. And he dropped me when he realized it was me.
Black women are your mamas. What does that mean?
That's cool.
Man? Thank you. That's a flex. Okay.
Somebody really said that black women. I mean, I would take that. I would have much rather have been raised by a black woman than my mother. So, cool.
Oop.
I'll take that all day. Well, Redox, how about you come up and you talk to him?
Redox, you seem to have all the answers. I mean, the host clearly is unfamiliar with what you're talking about, so this is a perfect moment for you to come and educate us on the per capita crime rates of the blacks.
I am not good at the 1350 debate. 100%, I'm not.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Ari. I think I just need this person to come up and please educate us.
Let's go. I hate my own rave. When was the last time I hosted a rave? Did I miss it?
I mean, you know, somebody probably hosts a better rave than us. I will concede to that.
No, I agree.
I made sure I sent that invite again. There you go, Redox. I need to know about the statistics that you have to offer because I'm unfamiliar. I'm a silly black guy. I don't know things. Just come help me out.
I will say this, like, I think the most unfortunate part of my call-in system is, like, in something like that where I know I am not the most qualified person to talk about it, but they always seem to call the white host to have that conversation. Have you noticed that?
It's a common thing. It's a common thing.
And it's, like, cool, but also... you know, it's not, especially, I mean, I think the fact that the statistics and data are still on my side, and it's very easy to find that.
Well, see, they think we're too biased to talk about our own persecution, so they go to the white side. And you know what? I absolutely love it when they do sometimes, to be completely honest with you. Because they run into people like you, and then they get even angrier. It's so satisfying. It's so satisfying because it's like, oh, I expect it from the blackie, but not her, not the peak white woman.
Yerp. I always wonder. I want to know. So now I have this comment on my screen, and I really want to know and understand why it is that Republicans continue to infantilize women.
Fuck it. I'm gonna try and read it as how it was probably typed. Nana Pat. Do we think that's a woman? Do we think that's a MAGA woman? Nana?
Yeah, it says Nana.
Okay.
Little girl only talk to hear her own self because she thinks she sounds important, when in reality she sounds stupid. Sorry to be so blunt, but your parents should never let you embarrass yourself. Make America great again.
Oh, shit. I was not expecting that. Let's be clear. I want to point this out to people. My dad loves what I do, even though he voted for Trump. He loves the fact that I'm doing this.
Your dad is a failure.
Oh, yeah, well, tell that to a 24-year Army veteran. I'm waiting for you to comment again, Nana. And I say that, yeah, Nana is definitely a woman because that's a very Southern thing to do.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah. That's literally why I did the Southern accent. I was like, yeah, that's a Southern.
Yeah, Nana is definitely a Southern trope for a different way of saying grandma, which is totally fine.
If it was like Carly, I would have done something like Northwestern, maybe Eastern, like, you know.
And I'm so sorry for Nana PD in the TikTok chat. That sucks. She's like, change your name. Not you, Nana. This is different Nana.
One of the good Nanas.
They say they okay. Like, guys, when in reality I sound stupid because TikTok doesn't like that word very much. Tell me, like, what did I say to sound dumb? And to be clear, guys, when I have my, like, sorry, Hector, if you say anything, I won't be able to hear you for a second. But when I have this turned all the way off, I don't hear myself speak. I literally can't hear myself speak. So the fact that people think that I want to hear myself talk is just silly. When I'm monologuing, I don't hear myself speak. I'm just talking when I'm talking over them. And I purposely turn it down so I no longer have to hear them interrupt me because ADHD brain's going to go, I have to address that when somebody interrupts me. When in reality, I don't. I just tune them out.
I would actually love to be in a conversation where I hear the other side talk more. However, they have nothing substantial to add, so that I have to carry it.
Yeah. All right. Well, They all ran away from us, Hector. They don't like me anymore. And they don't like you, apparently. And that's cool. It's a pretty crazy duo there. But I guess
But
Nan and
sometimes
Pat
I'm
ran
funny.
away. You are funny. To those with no hate or a superiority complex, you don't sound stupid. Thank you, Ashley.
W. Ashley.
W. Ashley. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and end because I know people are off watching football anyways. Sports ball. So I'll go out there. I also have to clean up the mess that my cat made. For fuck's sake. I love my cat.
Make sure that you like, share, follow, and subscribe. Check out all the good things in the link tree and the best ways to support Ari. If you don't do it, you're a bigot.
Yeah, it's been a couple of days since I've had a donation off app, so it is what it is.
That's diabolical.
It
How
is.
you gonna come in this live every day, hear this factual information being spread from the rooftops to the molehills, and not support the channel? I think you guys can do better than that. In fact, how about we say this, Ari? We not going nowhere till you get a donation. I don't care if it's the dash cap or the schmendo. One of them things need to get some donations going before we go anywhere. How about that?
All right, guys, you heard him. We just need let's just say say $20 on one of the green app or the blue app.
We
That's
can
all.
absolutely do it.
We can
y'all
do
got
20.
money. The tariffs ain't taking all of it yet.
Thank you, Learned, for the floating heart. I'm just waiting for the notification to come across, guys. Hector said I am now hostage until...
Absolutely. I think it's crazy that we get on these apps on a daily basis, and in 30 minutes we teach people more than CNN taught you in days. And these are multi-billion-dollar networks. So I think it's important that we support each other, especially if you identify as a commie. That's y'all's whole thing.
The purple app, somebody just said blink twice if you need help. Also, guys, if you're not following my friend Hector, you're currently hearing him over TikTok, but he is Hector with 2 R's talks on all apps. Shoot him a follow.
Comment over there real quick.
You know I'm on all of the applications, right? I don't think you can make a comment on all of them, but he's easy to find if you type it in. There.
I just did it on the YouTube side.
Oh, somebody did it over on the purple app side, so you're good.
Oh, I always forget about the purple app. I need to start streaming.
See, somebody did it already. Yeah, he's already up there. Well, I guess they just don't love me enough.
You selfish bastard.
Oh, never mind. Norma. I said that, and then all of a sudden, Norma, thank you for the 25. Where from? Oh, I just named you. Thank you. Since I said your name before even reading the comment, I'm not going to say whose account it's from then. But thank you, Norma. W Norma in the chat. W Norma in the chat, and thank you, Ryan, for the 20. Said hey there, sup. There we go. We got it.
Let me tell y'all something right now. Norma and other person, what y'all just did right there goes towards some amazing work. When you see Ari on these lives talking this stuff and helping people in some of the most civil ways possible till they push your buttons, this is how we bring people together. This is how we educate, and we may not always be able to bring somebody over, but it sure is damn entertaining when we school them. So thank you so much for donating, because Lord knows I was getting tired too. I was like, I don't know how long I'll be able to stay up on this panel. But y'all just freed me. Y'all just freed Hector. And y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Since everyone keeps asking about my shirt, which way do I gotta go? I don't have my screen mirrored anymore. It throws me off. This is Bring Me the Horizon. I thought it would be funny in talking to MAGA cultists today.
That's a funny shirt. I like it.
All right, guys.
My goddamn voice.
Don't do it then. Don't do it then. All right, guys. If you're not already following Hector over here on TikTok, go ahead and do it. Can we get one more follower to end with 80 new follows for the day, for the stream? We'll do that real quick. Over on, one second, Tiki-Talkie. Over on YouTube and Twitch, we're going to go ahead and shut down for the night. I will be...
also uploaded a fantastic video.
I will be live starting tomorrow on, well, 7 p.m. Eastern time over on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, all of the normal places. Guys, don't forget to, if you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Make sure your notifications are on. Over on Twitch, hit that subscribe or follow button. Make sure your notifications are on, and you'll know when I go live next. And also, join the Discord. There is no paywall.